GameCola faithful, and welcome back to the GameCola podcast. This is part 3 of the 100th podcast special, and I hope you have had a lovely time listening to all 3, or the other 2 rather, parts of the podcast so far that have come out this month, or listening to them all like mushed together because you're from the future where 3-digit podcasts are the norm. With me tonight, I have what is hopefully a representative sample of this era time period of the podcast. Myself, Joseph Martin, the podcast commander, along with Diana Gray, Anna Bryniarski, and Stefano Wohsdioghasdhisdg. So everybody introduce yourselves.
Hey everyone, I'm Diana Gray, resident fangirl, GameCola.net, and I should be playing Ace Attorney right now.
My name's Anna Bryniarski. I do writing for GameCola, and I am stuck in a bathroom again.
And I'm Stefano Wohsdioghasdhisdg, and I really hope everyone can hear me, because I don't want a repeat of the past however long that was.
We are on a Discord right now, a Discord server, because Skype...
It's the first time we've ever tried that.
Yeah, Skype has just not been kind to us. And it's just not working. So new things. I'm sure that's trying new things. That's a modern thing to do, right? New stuff.
So I invite to my super cool Discord server because I'm super cool and have one of those.
So to sort of celebrate this era of the podcast, rather than shooting ourselves in the foot, that's not the correct figure of speech. I don't know. Instead of trying to avoid talking about the stuff that we normally talk about, we're just going to talk about the stuff that we normally talk about because we're celebrating this podcast style. So I think a very easy way to get started would be to have Diana talk about Xenoblade.
Okay.
Or Ace Attorney. Or the Ace Attorney video. Is it the full game that just came out? Is it the full game that just came out?
Today.
Without the voice squeak.
That just came out.
Like
that
a few hours ago.
I carried my 3DS around in my backpack all day to download the second it came out.
Like you don't carry your 3DS in your backpack all day, any day.
I actually don't, generally.
You don't get those
special exception.
Those sweet street passes?
Only sometimes. But yes, on the day of recording this, Spirit of Justice was released at noon my time, so Eastern time.
And this is 6, right?
Yeah, what?
This is Ace Attorney 6.
5?
Yes, Ace Attorney 6.
No, 5 was a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
5 was Dual Destinies.
I forgot about Apollo Justice.
Everyone forgets about Apollo Justice. Don't worry.
I don't even know what Apollo Justice is.
You don't need to know.
I thought they just skipped the 5 for no reason.
All right, Diana. Diana, yes. tell us about this. What is your experience so far? Spoiler free.
Well, my experience so far is that I've played the demo twice, and once at Anime Expo and once downloading it from the eShop when it was released like last week. And now I have the full game in my possession, and I believe I am almost done with Case 1, although I'm not sure because this guy's being a jerk. But it's really good. Guys, I really like it. I'm already liking it better than Dual Destinies.
So it's really good and better than other ones. What makes it better so far?
Honestly, I really love the new game mechanic they've introduced, the divination seance. I absolutely adore it.
I played the demo and I thought it was pretty cool.
So it's my understanding that like a lot, not every maybe, but like a lot of the Ace Attorney games, at least recently, have had this sort of like secondary investigation mechanic where there's like an interrogation or emotion reading or divination. Is this sort of like the next incarnation of that?
Yes, I would definitely say that because we're dealing with a completely new setting in the Ace Attorney universe, where Phoenix is abroad, where Maya is, they needed something in the courtroom, but like Apollo's Perceive or Athena's Mood Matrix to, liven up the court sections a little bit, because now we're used to that and we need it. So they brought this new divination seance thing, and I love it. I can definitely see it. It has the potential to be quite difficult, which was something I complained about Dual Destinies. I complained that it was way too easy. And I can already tell that they're stepping up the difficulty on this one, which makes me very happy. I like my Ace Attorney games to be somewhat challenging. So I mean, I think I talked about this in my my Anime Expo article a little bit, but actually playing the demo, I did get stuck a little bit on the divination seance, and all of my friends did too. I was the first one to figure it out, but I probably spent a good 3 to 4 minutes staring at the screen trying to figure out what I was supposed to do.
So you like it because it's more difficult than the other versions of this mechanic?
I want a challenge. And I think the way that they're presenting it and the way that it is being utilized is really interesting and cool. And also I like Rafa. I think she's really cool. So it's been really fun so far. I'm still, still waiting for Edgeworth. He was in the trailer. Just saying. He was there.
I know from the demo, I played the demo, I know that the seance system required actual thinking from me. It was like, here's these things, now what's wrong, instead of like the mood matrix, where it's like, what's wrong? Oh, it's kind of completely obvious what's wrong, because, it's like they say something and then something lights up, and it's like, well, that shouldn't be lighting up because they're talking about how they were scared and they're happy.
Yeah, I really love it, honestly. I think it's going to be really, really good as it continues. I'm looking forward to seeing if/how the other characters, like Athena, Apollo, are going to interact with this method, but I'm kind of feeling like they're not going to, which is okay. I don't mind that.
Like, their cases are just going to be, like, more vanilla, as in the early games?
From what I understand, after, like, the final out in English, that was my severe cutoff date to stop looking for information because I didn't want any spoilers. But from what I understand, all of Phoenix's cases are taking place in Khura'in, which also bothers me because apparently I've been pronouncing Khura'in, I called it Khura'in before, but apparently it's Khura'in, and I've been pronouncing that wrong my entire life. That's not cool, first of all.
We've all got our own dandelions.
Dandelion. And then Apollo and Athena are going to be holding down the fort back in Japanifornia, wherever that is, LA, possibly, whatever. They're going to be having all of their cases there with characters from Dual Destinies, and Apologist is coming back, so, like, Trucy's back.
Blackwell
is back. I haven't seen him yet, but...
Yeah, I liked him.
Me too. And I've heard that, I saw a picture, I think in maybe Famitsu or something, where he is actually on the defense bench with you. So I'm like, yes! God bless, because he's, up there.
That's cool.
The only person I've seen that travels back and forth between Khura'in and Japanifornia is the new prosecutor, who is pretty damn fine.
So where is Khura'in in the game world?
In the Far East. That's all.
But so the Japanifornia thing you keep saying is a reference to the fact that in Japan the game takes place in Japan, and in America it takes place in California.
That is correct.
So in the Japan version of the game, isn't Japan the Far East? Like, that's its name is literally Land of the Rising Sun, which means the eastmost place that exists.
I haven't actually looked into this, but I feel like it may have an actual location.
Like, is it a real place?
No, it's not a real place.
Oh, okay. Then I won't look it up.
Because, I mean, like, they have, Khura'in Village. That's, like, supposed to be a 2-hour train ride outside of wherever the main city that Phoenix operates in. And, I mean, in LA, you're not going to have a 2-hour train ride out to some super rustic-looking village.
So wait, how do they explain it?
Place in the mountains.
Do they just say that he takes a plane, or is he just literally takes a train to the Far East from California?
Oh no, for the Far East he flies on a plane, and it literally says, one of the first lines of dialogue is, "I have no idea how long I was on that plane, but now I'm here." And I'm like, oh good.
Just lampshade it.
Like my life.
It's like, well, I guess I'm here now.
Like,
and now you can't calculate where it is by airtime.
Yeah, they don't want you to know. It's magical. It's okay. Don't worry.
It looked kind of like India.
It does kind of remind me of India. That
It's
was what
like
I thought
sort
of
of
when I first.
Japanese/India. I don't know.
It was interesting because when I was at Anime Expo, which I also wrote about in my article, I went to that panel with the producer of Ace Attorney and then one of the lead localizers, and they showed us a lot of concept art and stuff for the new characters, the settings, like a lot of that stuff. And so they were talking about how everything kind of progressed through development, and it was actually really interesting. Like, they talked a lot about more like the nuances, like the greeting that the Koreanese people do and stuff, like more specifics like that than general overarching, and how they changed sprites to make them prettier, which is great and stuff. It's really interesting to hear them talk about it, and also to get to meet the producer of Ace Attorney at Anime Expo was literally a surreal moment for me.
Didn't they have the same 3DS case as you or something?
Yeah, it was funny because the first thing I wanted to do when I got to Anime Expo was drag Noelle around to find the Capcom we could see it, and then we found out that the producer was doing signings literally right now there. So we just showed up, and I asked him to sign my 3DS case, and he said something, but I mean, obviously he speaks only Japanese, and I am not that good with Japanese. So the localizer translated for me, and she's like, he says he loves your 3DS case and that he has the same one. And I was like, and then I like needed to go sit down so I didn't pass out.
Yeah, that sounds like something you do.
Yeah, and he signed my poster. It's hanging on my wall right next to me. So it was great. I was a little disappointed that the demo that I played was the exact same demo. But I mean, they're obviously not going to make two different demos. I feel like the song that she danced to was slightly different, but that may have been just me. And I think that's what they did for Dual Destinies anyway. When that came out, it was the same demo that I played. But guys, I love it so far. It's really good. I can't wait to play more.
Oh yeah, speaking of the Dual Destinies demo, how accurate is the demo to the first case?
You mean for this game or for Dual Destiny?
For this game.
For this game, it's a little split up. So they have the exact same chunks that they have you do in the demo, but there's a couple things. There's more dialogue and stuff in between them. You end up doing the same things, but they're in a different order, so it does feel like a different experience. So it's like not inherently bad that the demo is exactly the same. But I didn't think it was a bad thing. Like, I was okay with it.
Okay, I know that when you played the Dual Destinies demo, it was like entirely different.
It was. Actually,
like,
I think I'd say maybe the same as this.
Or, well, what was it? I know there was one where, like, I think the second case, the one where with the wrestling and the Japanese village, that is definitely not a Japanese village. It just has a lot of Japanese people.
A lot of Japanese people, and
it was like the bloody room or whatever, and it was
that in the demo?
implied. I don't know. Maybe it was like a gameplay footage or something.
No,
it was gameplay
footage. The demo was the first case because I remember.
Okay, yeah, because I remember playing the demo. I also remember seeing it was the gameplay footage where it, seemed to imply that Phoenix got murdered.
Yeah, that was completely different. I wanted to know where they were going with that, and then it never happened.
So do you think that,
Wait, so Phoenix Wright didn't get murdered?
Supposed to be at first?
I don't know. That's possible. I don't remember when that gameplay footage was released in relation to when the game came out. So, honestly, it could be, and they could have just had a change of heart. Also, speaking of Phoenix, I'm really annoyed with him right now because in like the beginning of the trial, he's like, "Would you believe me if I said I was a defense attorney with over 10 years of experience?" And I was like, "Phoenix, you liar! You were not practicing for like 7 years. Thanks a lot for that when you lost your badge and not counting that portion of time." I know we don't like to think about it, but it happened.
I don't know. Maybe, I think they're slowly trying to erase anything that happened in Apollo Justice from the timeline, except for Apollo and Trucy.
I'm very sad because I know that they have revealed that in case 2, Trucy is something Maya is going to happen to Trucy.
oh no!
They're gonna pull a Maya on Trucy. So I'm waiting for Maya to get accused of murder again in this game. I'm predicting Maya's going to get accused of murder.
Yeah,
you can't have a game without Maya being accused of murder if Maya's in it.
I kind of hope that happens because it's like tradition.
It
And
is,
if
that's
he
what I'm
meets
saying.
her like in jail, he'd be like, "Really, really, Maya, again?"
I hope so. Fingers crossed. Also, they're on point with the puns
We
in
like
this
this.
game. Like the name puns.
Oh yeah. I'll be
so-
your guide.
Yeah, I'll be your guide is for the tour guide that is
That's
your
his.
client in the first
Wait, that's
case.
his name.
That's his name.
Like, is it spelled?
No, it's spelled. Here, well, you're gonna have to put it in the show notes now, but like that.
What? What? You can't do that.
Yes, you can.
You can't.
Oh.
And then the temple is called. Oh God, I don't remember how to spell it.
Oh, I did not like the name of the temple because it's just so.
All right.
Like
It's
That's
temple.
really bad.
That's
I
just.
was
That's
like,
not
I'll be your
even.
guide. But that's classic.
clever.
Temple.
To be fair, yeah, like I'll be your guide. Like at least I can feel a joke behind that. That's literally just like, no.
I know. I do know that there was a pun in the Japanese name for that character as well that they said at the panel. Something to do with Bokuto. Which
It's
is
like
guide,
they
and-
think that if you put an apostrophe in your word, you can just spell it however you want.
And then so far, well, I mean, not counting Pain because Pain is back and better than ever. But now he's
For no
calling
real reason.
himself. He's calling himself the Royal Pain now, and I'm like, that's
Of
accurate.
course he is.
It's the first time that anyone has like told Pain that like, wow, that's such a brilliant deduction, or you're doing so good at your job. And I'm like, Pain, you're never gonna hear this again. You should enjoy it while it lasts, because he made himself.
He's got a crown.
He made himself the chief prosecutor of
Why
this
does he
country.
have a
because they-
crown?
Well, because he's the chief prosecutor because they don't have defense attorneys. So he's the
So
best.
he wins by default?
Yeah, pretty much. The only time Pain is good at anything. And
Is it
then
even the same guy?
it's
'Cause I know he
Gaspin
said he was
Pain,
like...
who was in 5. It's Winston Payne's
And
brother.
it's like... Are you sure? They're like the exact same guy, except one of them has hair.
I'm pretty sure because Gaspin Payne claims to be Winston Payne's brother. I think that they're just related.
Gaspin is not a name.
Yes, it is Gaspin Payne.
It's not a name.
Got it?
I
It's
refuse.
so funny.
No, I refuse. Winston is a name. I will give him that. Winston isn't a name. But
The
Gaspin
dead
is not.
The dead man is a security guard, and his name is Pat Roll, like patrol. Yeah, yeah, I know. And the next witness that comes out, this one actually took me a while to get, but he's like kind of a hippie character, and his name is, oh god, I forgot his first name, but it's like peace, love, and understanding. It's like supposed to be peace, love, and understanding, but it's spelled really weird, and I don't know how to pronounce it. And
It has like 3 apostrophes, I'm sure.
it has like 2, but they have to resort to that now. But admittedly, I was like staring at his last name for probably a solid 3 minutes trying to figure it out, because the beginning is A-N-D, so I thought it was and something, and then I figured it out. And I'm like, oh god, this is horrible, but I love it. Like, whoever
Is there ever
did these names is...
the fraternity character just named like Fred? Fred
No.
Jones.
Fred Jones, the attorney. Ace Attorney Fred Jones.
I'd play that game.
I'd play that game too.
Fred Jones, Ace Attorney.
Oh, my vote got on that.
He's like
He quits the mystery solving gang and becomes the mystery prosecuting
I totally
gang.
forgot that was his name. I forgot that was his last name too. Oh, okay, so yeah, I believe that the person who made up these names deserves like a trophy, and then they deserve to be fired.
It's like if you
But I
get to
love
the
it.
end of the game and you get to the credits and it's just like name comer upper with
Yeah. I'll be
person
like,
who came up with the
"Congratulations,
names.
Pun Lord.
Pun Lord. But I love it so far. Like, I can't wait to play more of it. I'm swear I'm not playing it right now. I'm actually really not. I'm just talking about it. But I really want to.
So,
Okay,
you like it more than you liked Ace Attorney 5 when you first started playing it?
Yes. I did like... Well, I liked the last case of Ace Attorney 5 because Edgeworth showed up. Oh, also, actually, speaking of Edgeworth, I should note that I cannot wait for the DLC case to come over here, because people have said that they've not hacked into the game, but like looked through the data and found that they're translating the DLC episode, and the DLC episode is our classic Phoenix and Maya versus Edgeworth, and Larry is going to be there too, and I'm like, thank God, this is everything that I've ever wanted in my entire life. We're bringing Larry back.
Good.
He has new costumes and everything, and new music. It's on Tumblr. I saw it. It's the theme from Trials and Tribulations, the da na 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 na, that one, except remixed. It's literally the greatest thing I've ever heard. I love it. So that's going to be in the DLC case. I don't think he's in the main game. If Edgeworth is not in the main game, I'm going to riot.
All by yourself?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One person riot?
I'm pretty sure he's going to be in the last case, because that's just kind of been his thing.
It just kind of shows up.
I mean, in every game except the fourth game, so in every game that exists, he's showed up, because he kind of has to at this point.
Yes, it is a requirement for Edgeworth to show up in every game. I need more Edgeworth. Is that a bad thing? Like, I was happy with...
I just feel like you'll never be satisfied, though.
No, honestly, I was happy with Dual Destinies.
Right, you were happy, but you weren't satisfied because you still need it.
That's true. But I feel like his role in Dual Destinies was exactly what it needed to be. Like, that was great. If they do something like that again in this game, I will be happy. If they don't, then the DLC episode in, like, the next 2 weeks. And I will be playing it, as opposed to the Dual Destinies one where I stopped in the middle because I didn't want to play it anymore because I got bored. I didn't like that case.
I don't even have that one.
I never bought it. It's not that good of a case, honestly. Except for the fact that Apollo
that's the one with the
office. It's the one with the whale.
What?
It's the one with the whale.
It is the one with the whale.
Yeah.
Okay,
yes.
I couldn't remember why I didn't have it. I just know I don't have it. So,
also
okay, yeah, I remember. That one looked kind of... I don't know what that looked like. It looked weird.
I don't know. I think I was in the middle of, like, the last day of trials, too, and I just, like, got bored and stopped playing it. And then I kind of went back to it, like, a month later and was like, oh, I never finished this case. Oops. And then I finished it. Also, the DLC costumes are available right now, apparently, so I'm gonna have to go pick those up. Phoenix has Furio Tigre's outfit.
Okay, that's good. I was about to say that sounds dumb, but I'm tempted now. I am honestly tempted.
Apollo has like schoolboy uniform-ish thing, like how the guy has in Daigaikuten Saibon that never got released here. So yeah, you go Apollo, whatever. And Athena has the waitress outfit from Trials and Tribulations, the orange one. And you know,
oh yeah, the one that waitress channeling scene.
Yes, where yeah, that happens. Also, I can't unhear Athena as Clover now because I didn't realize their voice actresses were the same. So I was listening to all those promotional videos that they were releasing for the game. And I was like, this video's of Athena. This sounds like Clover from Zero Escape. I should check that, and it is. And I'm like, great. Now I can't unhear this. There's too much crossover between those games. Also between Fire Emblem and Zero Escape. That's not okay. Alright. I'm done talking about Ace Attorney now.
After almost half an hour?
Yes. I could talk longer if you want, but I was going to give you a chance to, shift the conversation.
Yeah, to our other topic. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to call this podcast Ace Attorney and Mega Man.
Okay, cool. You just called it the
podcast.
Hmm?
You were one step ahead of me.
What?
The Capcom podcast.
The yeah, but see, I don't like Capcom. I just like the things that they used to make.
Oh.
I don't like them anymore, because they don't make Mega Man anymore.
They make Ace Attorney.
And they don't make Mega Man.
I'm sorry.
I just miss Mega Man, you know? Good
He
He
Mega
lives
Man.
on in your heart.
Yeah.
Always.
Except robots don't have hearts.
Oh,
Well,
you're
you do.
Right,
You're
but
not a
I
robot.
can't empathize with a robot.
I didn't say you
Robot.
could. I just said that Mega Man lives on in your heart.
It's been like 2010 was the last official Mega Man game. I mean, there was Street Fighter X Mega Man, but I don't count that because it's like just a fan game that was like Capcom put a thumbs up to. Like they didn't really do that much with it, and it's not really that good. I mean, it's good for a fan game, but it's still like it's more Street Fighter than it is Mega Man.
I didn't even
Put
know
it-
that was a thing.
But
Yeah, me
like
neither.
Mega Man 10 came out in 2010.
That's kind of a long time.
Yeah, it's
Capcom's
6
been
years
on
ago.
that.
We should have Mega Man 16 by this point.
And
Yes.
it's like and it's like the show's coming out, but I don't know. It doesn't. I'm still concerned. There isn't any new news about it or anything. I definitely would have seen a trailer if it had come out.
That's
But
true.
I'm worried that they're gonna make it. They're gonna make like any games that come out after it.
Oh no, adaptations are based on it, right?
Yeah, like the games will be based on the TV show and not like
Oh.
the main series.
Not what we want.
And I'm just concerned that I'll never get Mega Man again.
That is a valid concern.
Cause I
I'm
mean, like
rooting for
there's also fan games, but those are really hit and miss. And I still haven't really found one that really feel like there've been some that have been good, but there's still like not like there's still very fan games. Like there's Mega Man Unlimited, which is kind of and then there's Rock Force, which is good, but there's just so many bells and whistles that it doesn't really feel like a Mega Man game anymore. It's an amazing tribute to Mega Man, and I like it a lot, but it's not. It's there's just too much added for it to feel like a Mega Man game just normally, you know?
Yeah, a lot of the fan games I've seen on Nathaniel Hoover's fan game streams.
You all should
The
check
ones that
out
look-
twitch.tv
The ones
/Flashman85 or Flashman85 Live. That's the YouTube channel, I think, that they all get posted to.
Yeah, that's the YouTube one. They look like the ones that look good, but it still seems like they're trying to do their own thing to an extent and not just copy Mega Man, which is fine. Except it, as you said, it's not Mega Man as much as it is something like has Mega Man. Is more like a spin-off type thing.
Yeah. It's like, you know, they're trying to be like the definitive Mega Man game with like their thing, you know, their cool mechanics and stuff like that. And it's like I'd like a Mega Man game that wasn't like trying so hard to be like the be all end all, but just trying to be a good game with cool weapons. Those special weapons are like 90% of why I like Mega Man, and I feel like the games I play and people just don't understand that. Like, you can like the game for whatever reasons you want. I'm not saying that you have to like the game for the special weapons like I do, but I like the game for the special weapons, and they just don't get... I feel like they don't get the attention that they deserve. They seem kind of more like an afterthought a lot of the time.
Yeah, a lot of stuff they never use special weapons. Like, Buster only isn't a challenge. It's like just the way most people naturally play.
I mean, it can be
And
a
the
challenge.
special weapons-
It's not... After Mega Man 5, I would say it's not really that much of a challenge to do a Buster-only run, but before that, it can be. Like in Mega Man 2 and 3.
But what I'm saying is, they don't play it just to challenge themselves. Like, I'm not going to use the special weapons. It's just they don't use the special weapons.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
They're just
They just
there,
use them for the bosses.
And maybe they'll... Yeah. There's some really cool stuff in there.
Mm-hmm. Mega Man
And
6...
then there's also some really...
Because, like, Mega Man 5 and 6, which those are my favorite of the classic series, I like them because, like, the level design really is taking into account how the special weapons work, right? So,
I mean-
like, Silver Tomahawk, would not work in any other Mega Man game. It's got the wonkiest flight pattern. It's just like this weird, like, kind of U arc. But there are so many enemies in the game that are placed just so that it is easy to take them out with Silver Tomahawk. Like, all of Windman Stage. Like, every enemy is positioned, like, perfectly so that you can take them out with Silver Tomahawk. Which is actually bronze. Which is silly. But...
like, they put... Tomahawks don't work like that. No.
Yes, that too. It's kind of like boomerangs, you know? Like, they don't always come back to you literally no matter what happens.
Stream of boomerangs.
Well, you know, like in The Legend of Zelda, where, like, you could throw a boomerang and it, like, hits a wall, but it still ends up coming back to you.
Isn't or, like, the later games where you can, like, lock onto things. Or even Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, where you, like, draw a line for the boomerang to follow.
That's a magic boomerang.
Like,
though.
that just kind of...
Is it?
I had fun, like, spelling my name with that. I don't think it says... It just says boomerang.
I haven't played it, so I don't actually know if it's magic.
You trace a path for it, which is cool, except when you really think about it, or when you think about it for, like, 2 seconds, it's like, boomerangs don't do that! You can't be like, okay, boomerang, you're gonna go over there, hit that switch, go over there, catch on fire, and then light this torch, and then later you get ice torches, so then you throw your boomerang at the ice, and it catches on ice, and then it freezes a torch, and it's weird. I don't think video game designers know what a boomerang actually is.
You should, if that takes you out of it, you shouldn't ever play Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. His main...
It doesn't really take me out of it. But it's
his main weapons are several varieties of boomerangs that don't make sense. Because Australia. That's the game's whole thing.
Duh.
Anyway, we now return to Mega Man.
After a brief detour to Zelda.
And boomerangs. One of the things that I noticed, though, too, is that the special weapons that I like tend to not to be the special weapons that other people like. As in, some of my favorites include Power Stone, which everybody hates. Power Stone is at the top of everyone's worst Mega Man weapons. Even above Top Spin.
I've seen, like, the worst Mega Man weapons list, and it was on there, and I was like, yeah, that looks really dumb. And then I watched Nathaniel Hoover's Mega Man 5 thing, and what he did with Power Stone, and I was like... What is this? This is amazing.
It's not actually, like, that hard. I mean, it is more difficult to use than other weapons at first, but they follow a set path, so you just have to get used to how the path goes, and then you can use them to hit anything. And the problem is, with Power Stone especially, is that people try to hit try to hit 3 enemies with 3 stones. And that's just an unreasonable expectation. You don't bring up Water Bubble Shield from Mega Man 10, whatever it's called, and expect to hit an individual enemy.
I think it's just Water Shield.
Water Shield. To hit every single enemy with a particular bubble. Right, Bubble Shield, Water Shield is not a very good weapon in and of itself anyway. So... Well, maybe that's a bad comparison I'm trying to convince people that Power Stone is actually good. But there are plenty of places where you can just climb up a ladder and then use Power Stone instantly, and it'll take out 2 enemies. And you should do that. Anyway, go on with what you were saying.
And Mega Man 10 doesn't have the best weapons, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I mean, it has Thunderwool, which is just...
the best one.
The cloud goes up, and then it shoots a little lightning down, and it's like, if the cloud hits something, well, there goes your cloud. You don't even get to do it, and it's like a continuous lightning bolt that hits once.
Mm-hmm. And you have to hope that an enemy will walk into it after it takes you 5 seconds to even get it set up.
Most of the weapons are like, if you actually hit the enemy, it does less damage than some other thing, like Chill Spike. If you hit the enemy, it doesn't do as much damage as if you shoot in front of the enemy and spike. the commando bomb, you have to hit next to them to get
Right.
the shockwave, because if you hit them, nothing happens.
Part of it is synergy too, because there's not anything necessarily wrong with those two weapons, but having both of them together in the same game, sort of compounds that issue. It's one thing if one weapon has the benefit of not hitting them directly, but if a bunch of them do, then it's just becomes a pain to try to hit anybody with anything.
Yeah, it's just like Mega Man 3.
That's what I was going to say,
most
too.
of his weapons just kind of shoot forward, and it's like, can I, shoot any other direction, please?
Well, it's just Mega Man 3's weapons are good weapons, a lot of them. Not all of them. Topspin is better than most people think, but still pretty bad. Spark Shot is
just...
I've found a couple uses for Spark Shot, so I don't want to say it's the worst thing ever, but it is definitely at my bottom of the list of Mega Man weapons. It's in the bottom 5, if not the worst.
What's the worst then?
I don't know. That's why I said if not the worst. I'm not sure. Oh no. I hate Crash Bomb more. Crash Bomb is worse. The weapon that you have to not use in the entire castle stages in order to beat the game without dying.
Yeah, because of the Boobing boss.
Right. That's just the worst.
Yeah.
You're actively discouraged from using Crash Bomb. Not that it's a key. That's all it is. It's a key. It's the skeleton's key from Legend of Zelda, except it has limited uses. Does that analogy hit with people?
Keys in video games seem to have limited uses, which doesn't really make much sense. If I go into my house, I don't have to go get a new house key. That would be just really inconvenient, honestly.
I feel like the implication is supposed to be that it's for that specific door, but then it gets confusing when you get more than one of the keys at the same time, and it's a situation where you're wondering does continuity change based on which chest I get and which door I use it on? Of course, you could make your keys exploding bombs, and then that solves that problem. Because the exploding bombs do go away, and then you can't beat the game. It's so dumb. Crash Bomb is the worst weapon.
Duly noted.
But Mega Man 3's weapons are good weapons. They just don't synergize with each other very well. Because Magnet Missile is just basically serves the same functionality as Shadow Blade, except it's a little bit more accurate because you don't have to aim, and it takes way more weapon energy. So you just end up using Shadow Blade all the time because the extra energy isn't worth it, and you have that inventory hoarding mentality. Like the article that was just posted to GameCola. I Am a Game Mechanic, I think is the name, from Brandon, one of our newer staff members. But, right, so you don't end up using that. And then Hard Knuckle and Gemini Laser are basically the same because trying to bounce anything off for Gemini Laser is pretty much Gemini Laser is like powerful, and then you can kind of bounce it off if you really want to try that, but it's really hard, and if you mess up you can't pause or anything, so you just have to wait for it to run its course. And then Hard Knuckle, you can make it go up a little bit or down a little bit, but they basically serve the same purpose. You just use Gemini Laser when you're out of Hard Knuckle because it does only a little bit less damage. So you just use it as the high power thing. But individually, in different games, I feel like they would be a lot more interesting and useful. It's just the fact that they're in the same game. Just it doesn't work. And then Needle Arm also. Why would you... It's literally just a Turbo Fire Mega Buster. Like, why would you ever need that? It does maybe a little bit more damage, but you could probably get the same effect from just button mashing. Or just using Search Snake. So, I don't like the weapons of Mega Man 3 as a group, but I do think they can work individually.
Yeah, most of them are okay, but so many that do the same thing. Yeah.
Mega Man 2 has...
I probably said what you just said.
I'm highly considering making a column on GameCola that's just titled Every Mega Man Weapon, and I'll just go through and talk about every Mega Man weapon individually.
You should do it.
Just because I have a lot to talk about. I've considered making a video series, but it's just too much time for something like that. So I think writing articles about each Mega Man weapon would be conducive to my health in this drought of Mega Man. I'll also probably review the cartoon when it comes out.
Kind of like I did with the anime for Ace Attorney.
Yeah, are you gonna write a full report?
I am, but I have to wait for it to be done. I think we have 4 more episodes, maybe? I don't know. We're on the last case of Justice for All now, and that's when it's supposed to end. Edward just got back, so everything just went way up for me. Thank God.
Yeah, I was surprised they did the circus.
Oh, so bad. If possible, it made me hate that case even more than I already did. And I hate that case. It's just, they make some interesting choices that I wouldn't picture, but, like, that kind of work in the end, but are just weird. Which I guess is what they're going for. I don't know. It's okay. I still recommend people to watch it, but if you are a huge fan of the games and you want to watch it, I recommend watching it with a grain of salt.
Just, like, next to you in its own individual chair.
Yeah.
Watch it with a grain of salt right there.
Possibly multiple. Like maybe an entire salt shaker would probably be better. It's just easier to find at the end.
Alternatively, just watch it with me, but mention Capcom before.
Yeah, yeah.
And you'll have all the salt
put
you
on
need.
a loop of the circus case and then watch it with me.
Or get Anna to sit with you, but first play a bunch of All-Star remixes.
Oh my god.
That was so funny.
I don't think I can hate that song any more than I already do. You can't be wrong.
I was on Tumblr and there was a text post of the lyrics to All Star, except it was just memes. Like, hang on, I'll see if I can find it. Because I read it and then I sang it like out loud to myself, and it was pretty great.
So to wrap up, I think just broadly what I was saying about weapons, I think I'll just go through the games. Mega Man 1 had mostly good weapons. There were a couple, like, all of them were good, I would say, except Hyper Bomb. Just, it's too slow, and it only works on Susie's because they don't move. Everything else, it just doesn't work. And Super Arm can be debatable because of how it only works with the blocks, but you can't throw the blocks, so at least that's interesting. Better than Crash Bomb, where it literally just destroys blocks, and that's its only use contextually. Like, Crash Bomb is contextual and boring. Super Arm is at least kind of fun when you get to use it to throw blocks, even if you can't do it whenever.
You don't get to use it often enough for it to really feel like a weapon. It feels more like a utility or something.
If you go to Gutsman and then go to Cutman, you can use it a lot. Cutman's level has a lot of blocks to throw around.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done it in that order.
I've already talked about Mega Man 2 is sort of the opposite, where there are a couple good weapons and then the rest of them are kind of just bleh. Like, Metal Blade is good, obviously.
Metal Blade is just... That's like the only special weapon that most people use.
Metal Blade is good, Air Shooter is good. That might be it. Crash Bomb is bad. Quick Boomerang is just redundant.
Very short range, too.
Yeah, it's like, the boomerang effect of it just doesn't really play in. It's just good. It's just a weakness of a lot of the bosses later in the game. That's really its main use. Heatman's weapon, which I don't even know the name of. Heat Blast? I don't know.
Atomic Fire?
Atomic Fire, that's right. It's Atomic Fire. It's just a really bad Mega Buster charge shot that you can only use twice. It's not fun because you just sit around. It takes longer to charge than the Mega Buster, and you can only use it twice. Oh, Flashman weapon. Flashman weapon's good. So I'll put that. So that's 3 and 3.
You can really only use it once, though.
Bubble Lead is kind of middle of the road. And yes, you can only use Time Stopper once. Oh, Woodman, Leaf Shield. Leaf Shield's also kind of So, Mega Man 2 is about 50-50 for me in terms of the weapons, which is acceptable. The parts of Mega Man 2 I don't like are the end of the game, basically. I like the initial 8 stages a lot, but not the end at all. Mega Man 3 we already talked about. Mega Man 4, everything's just pretty solid, but that's kind of it. There's nothing that really stands out except maybe Flash Stopper, but nothing else really stands out to me. It's just sort of solid, and there's a little bit of variance, like Dive Missile can be sort of hit or miss, literally.
Yep.
But everything else is decent. And then Mega Man 5 has a lot of cool ideas, like Charge Kick, I really like. I like Power Stone.
Gravity Hold.
Gravity Hold is just fun. And I like the balance. I like the balance of the Screen Wiper weapon saying, okay, you can wipe the enemies from the screen, but you won't get any power-ups from them no matter what, because their sprites don't actually explode, which is what triggers the power-up to come out. So there's a little bit of a trade-off. So there would conceivably be situations where, even if there were a bunch of enemies on the screen, you're like wasting your potential to get weapon energy refills or health refills. So I really like that balance.
Plus, they turn upside down and float up. That's just hilarious.
Right. Yes. Gyro Man's weapon is really fun. I like the control that you have. Crystal Man's weapon is fun, and if something goes wrong, first there's more things bouncing, so it's just easier to actually hit something. But also, if everything goes wrong, you can pause and then just undo it, so you don't have to wait for everything. Starman's shield is probably the best shield in all of the games, except debatably Jewel Man's shield.
Jewel Satellite.
Jewel Satellite, yeah. Because Starman, I really like Starman's shield because it only uses weapon energy when it gets used up, not when you activate it. If you activate it and then go to another screen, it goes away, but it doesn't use up any weapon energy. So I really like that. Napalm Bomb is a lot of fun because you can throw stuff on stuff and it just explodes. And you spam it and everybody explodes. Water Wave is the only one where I'm kind of But like 1 out of 8 is really good. So that's why Mega Man 5 is my favorite probably. Because I like all of the weapons except on 1. And then Mega Man 6, I like Tomahawk, I like Night Crush. I like Flame Tower. I don't know. Flame Tower.
Flame Blast.
Flame Blast.
Fire Blast.
Something
Fire
like that.
Flame
The
Blast,
tower. You shoot the thing and it goes like whoosh up. It's the down smash in Smash Brothers for Mega Man. Even though it looks completely different. Windman's weapon sort of has the Gravity Man thing going on, so I can appreciate that.
Y Spear.
Y Spear kind of suffers from the same sort of issue as Needle Man's weapon, so I'll be fair there and give that an Blizzard Attack is interesting because it can kind of act as a shield too. It looks offensive, but if there's enemies coming up behind you, you can activate it and it'll destroy the enemies behind you, which I think is really cool.
And then Plant Man's
shield is, so that's like 6 out of 8.
That's just a shield though, isn't it?
You
can't shoot it or anything.
Right. It doesn't deflect projectiles. Its only benefit is that it doesn't go away necessarily when it hits certain enemies that it can't hurt or stop. As in the floor sliding enemies, it doesn't go away if it makes contact with those, so you can keep it up around them. So yeah, I'll stop there. But that's how I feel about Mega Man weapons. So Anna, since you haven't really been able to talk about Ace Attorney or Mega Man, I feel we should give you the floor for a while. Played any interesting indie games?
There's a game I have not talked about enough on the podcast, but I've talked about so many times on Twitter. It's Read Only Memories. It's a point-and-click adventure game. It looks like an 80s cyberpunk anime, and it's beautiful, and everyone is gay.
Well, this sounds fantastic. Can I play it?
Of course, you should look it up. It's actually really, really good.
So, what is it? Is it stylized? Is it the pixel arty one with the little smiley face robot that's like your Navi?
Yeah.
It is that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's on my wish list.
I've seen you and No
I hope
Lynch.
it is, because it's wonderful.
I've seen you and No Lynch post and talk about many things in that.
Oh, so wonderful. I have almost every achievement except one, because the game is kind of glitched at that point. And it's like, you have to play an arcade game and beat it. I've almost beaten it, but then the game just, like, glitches out.
Is it
And I
supposed
just
to do
can't
that?
get it, and it's really disappointing.
Is it supposed to do that?
No, it's not.
Does it do that for everybody, or just you?
I think it's happened for a lot of people. I don't know if it's everyone, but I'm very sure it's a lot of people. They're coming out with an update. The game is being released for the PS4 on September 27th. There's going to be a free update in November at some point for people who already own the game for PC, Mac, and Linux. And then they have a PS Vita port coming at some point in time. But I'm really excited because maybe that means I can finally get all the achievements.
So what is this game? What is it about? What's it like? Why do you like it?
It's a game set in the year 2064 in Neo San Francisco.
Which we've talked about last podcast, I think, was it? Where no city has ever actually been named Neo something.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Yeah,
Okay, continue. Continue,
great.
sorry.
The protagonist is you. You are a journalist whose friend Hayden is a programmer for a big corporation. And his pet project, a little sentient robot named Turing, breaks into your home and goes, "Hey, Hayden's been kidnapped. I just ran away. I need you to help me find him." And it's one of those games where you can be really, really nice, or you can be an absolute dick to Turing and everyone else, which is painful. So you run around Neo San Francisco, and the first day you're trying to find Hayden. For most of the game, you're just kind of trying to stop the big corporation from releasing this thing on the web that I think regulates things. It's kind of like it regulates things and makes everything sound less harsh when it's talking about that corporation. Words are hard and I can't remember things exactly, but it's not good. But it's a really good game. It's a point-and-click adventure game. You get to pick up spoiled milk and keep it in your inventory for days on end. It's like you get to... You can also get drunk in the game, which is good.
That's a plus for you.
Hey.
Of course, yes. I don't drink that often, so it's great. Get to fake drink. It's just a really good game. It's very inclusive, and the characters are all really great, and it looks pretty. Just a lot of fun. Everyone should play it. You can also kill Turing at the end if you do the wrong things. So, I looked up a walkthrough. So, because I was just like, I can't handle the pain. Yeah, there are like 4 or 5 different endings right now. So, you get, depending on your attitude towards everyone and the ending you get, like what you do with the last scene, it results in a different ending. Like, there's the good ending where you stop the corporation and also you were nice to everyone, so no one hates you. There's the ending where Turing becomes the overlord of everything. That's not actually what happens, but they're sick of your shit. And they're just like, I'm gonna take over now, and I'm going to... I don't remember exactly what they said, but they just become what the corporation was trying to release on the internet. There's also an ending where they give themselves up as a sacrifice, basically, which is really sad. Like, if you're nice to them through the entire game, where they're just like, I don't want to give up my life. We should come back another time and, like, try it again later, as you were a jerk to them the entire time. It's a good game. The music's also really, really good. You get to drink. And you get to try not to kill a plant, so that's
Always
good.
rough.
Like, you have to go back and talk to it between every mission. Make sure that it doesn't die by, like, the end of the 3rd chapter or something, 2nd chapter. It's fun. And then there's one character who only appears if you failed to keep the plant alive. And it's the friend that gave you the plant. They're like, hey, how's the plant doing? And it's like, fine. But, yeah, that's all I have to say on it. I also replayed all the Blackwell games, which are games by Wajidai games. They're about a girl who is a medium. She has a spirit guide named Joey, and he's kind of sassy, and it's great. Yeah, I don't really know what to talk about. I'm writing an article about music, but I haven't updated it in a while, so music in video games is important. That's all I need to know.
Well, do we want to start segue into games we've been playing to wrap things up?
Yeah.
All right. Well, wait, so Diana, have you been playing anything aside from Ace Attorney?
Well, since Ace Attorney just came out today, before that,
I didn't know if, like, everything else just cleared out of your mind as soon as Ace Attorney existed.
I mean, well, technically from this day forward until I finish it, that will be the case, with the only exception being Dandelion. For recording purposes. Dandelion, excuse me. Dandelion for recording purposes. But that's wrapping up, too, for the time being. I only have about, I think, 3 more episodes until that's going to take a break for a little while, and I'm going to start something else. Still keeping that under wraps, though. What else have I been playing? Fire Emblem. I played Birthright. I am obsessed now, and I need more. I remember, I was thinking about this the other day, because I think, was it you, Stefano? We were on a podcast one time, and we were talking about how mad we were that Fire Emblem, excuse me, was it Stefano?
Yeah,
or was it someone else?
I wrote an article about that.
Yeah.
I ranted about it when it was announced on Twitter. Yeah, I did not like that they did that.
Honestly, after playing it, and I mean, I've only played one half, so I don't know what the other half is going to be like, but if it's a comparable amount of content to my half, I'm okay with it. I feel like I got a lot out of that game. Like, probably as much as I got out of Awakening. And so if they give me double the content with another side of the story, I will be completely 100% okay with it. I went into it not having the best mindset, I think, because I was expecting, oh, this is only going to be half the story, like, it's not going to be great. But no, it's amazing. And I'm totally okay with it. I can justify buying the other half of the game. And I will, after Phoenix Wright. But I loved Birthright. Rioma is main bay. And it was a lot of fun. I recommend it to anyone who was a fan of Fire Emblem, probably at some point, but I only ever played Awakening, so I don't know. Oh! I guess I could talk about this too. So, I have been playing this little dating sim on my my iPhone by the same people who made Dandelion. It's called Mystic Messenger. Anna, I don't know if you've seen this on Tumblr. I actually don't think I've been reblogging anything from it, so you may not have. But it's been all over Tumblr lately. It's kind of awkward to explain. But basically, you're in a chat room with, like, a bunch of guys, and the game operates in real time. So, like, at different points during your day, like whatever time it is, new chat rooms will open up for you to, like, talk to the guys. And it's the funniest game. Like, I don't know why, but I really like it. I think it's hilarious. and it's really great. I recommend everyone get it if you're into dating sims. It's a great one. Actually, I'm going to while everyone else is talking about their games, I'm going to make sure I'm not missing any chat rooms right now. But so I've been playing that a lot lately. Although I don't know if you can count it as playing because I just do it whenever the chat rooms show up. And Pokemon to complete my Pokedex, and that's pretty much it.
Where are you in the Pokedex?
I believe I'm up to... I don't know how I'm doing in the Hoenn Pokedex specifically, because I always forget to look at that number, but I think I'm up to 540 in the National Dex. My friend and I are working together to complete it, so, like, we just got together, like, last week to do, like, our first round of trading back and forth of, you know, things that require, like, link trade and stuff like that. So we did a little bit of that, and then we did some legendary hunting. That happened while we were on a family game night. That was what I was doing. But,
while you were on the train.
I'm up to 540 now. Yeah, well, that was when I found the shiny Curium, and I accidentally killed it with my Rocky Helmet on my Mew, and I was devastated.
Don't put Rocky Helmet on things when you're trying to catch Pokemon.
I didn't realize that it was on it because it was the Mew that I got, like, through
Also,
Nintendo
wait,
Network.
what physical Mew moves does a Kyurem have? It's all, like, special stuff, isn't it?
It had Slash.
It's a garbage move on Kyurem.
Exactly. But it had Slash, and I didn't realize that the Mew still had the Rocky Helmet on it because I never took it off after I got it from Link Trade. I was just trying to use my Mew as a tank to catch it, and then it killed it, and I was devastated. So that happened. It was very sad, but I did end up catching a non-shiny one, so I'll deal with it. So yeah, I'm like over halfway. That was my goal before the new Pokemon games come out, but I can see now that that's not going to happen because it's coming up too fast, and now Ace Attorney and Fire Emblem, and so that's a work in progress. And that's it. Okay, someone else go.
Stefano, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Professor Layton and the Azeron Legacy.
Which number game is that?
Playing sixth one.
That's 6, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I played like 1 through 4, and then I started 5, and it was just really different. Like the art style, the gameplay style, everything was different and weird, and I didn't like it. So I stopped.
Which one is 5?
But
is that Mask of Miracles?
Miracle
Or is that
Mask.
4? Yeah.
Yeah, Mask of Miracle. Miracle Mask something, which I recently restarted that and beat it, and it was okay, but the explanations for everything made sense, and I don't know, I feel like that's not how it works, considering, you know, the crazy stuff that was the real explanation behind stuff.
Hello, this is Editor Joseph popping in from the future to let you know that Stefano and Diana proceed to spoil the ending of pretty much every single Professor Layton game over the next few minutes. So if that's something you'd like to avoid, skip ahead about 4 minutes and you'll be fine.
Like, you know, the first one, everyone's robots. And the second one, everyone's hallucinating. The third one, oh, it's not the future, it's a secret underground copy of London. And it's like, what?
So that's a lot of spoilers.
My favorite is...
I know. I mean, I've played.
Sorry.
I'll put a spoiler alert before
Sorry.
that.
It's pretty much impossible to talk about Layton games without talking about the spoilers.
I'm gonna spoil the end of the 4th game right now because this is like the weirdest one. It turns out it's not a Spectre attacking the town. It's a giant robot fighting a giant manatee creature, and that is what is attacking the town. It's a giant robot fighting a giant manatee. That is the explanation.
In London.
Whereas for 5, the explanation is something that could actually happen and makes sense. And I was like, this is all perfectly logical. I feel cheated somehow.
Yeah, I remember thinking that too. I was like, wait, you mean nothing really out of the ordinary happened? I'm kind of disappointed.
You mean he didn't have like a troop of flying monkeys? It wasn't all.
Ooh.
It wasn't all because they ate some contaminated cheese and none of it was actually happening. That's gonna be the plot twist of something.
I think you're
One
like
of
6.
those games.
6 is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm to the point where you're traveling around the world, which I think is cool. Like
I
you're
did too. It was super fun.
actually
I liked 6 a lot.
places.
6 might be my favorite, aside from 3. 3 will always be my favorite.
Although it's getting kind of hard for me to keep accepting the puzzles.
Yeah.
Like in the first game, they made it because, as I said, everyone was robots. But now it's just like, here's a puzzle because we're a game with puzzles in it. Come on, guys. You don't care. You're playing this for the puzzles. You don't care that it doesn't make sense, right? And then it's like, oh, we've got this problem here. I bet you sure could help. There's this puzzle I tried to do, and I'm just stuck on it. So before we deal with the huge, life-threatening situation, how would I solve this puzzle?
I feel like all of them are kind of like that, though.
Yeah, I don't know. The puzzles
It's debatable.
do not
It's
fit
definitely
in the
debatable.
story.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with you there.
I mean, if they took out the puzzles, then there really wouldn't be a game anymore. Like, I'm not saying I don't like the game, it's just kind of funny at points how they're just like have a puzzle for no reason other than puzzle.
You're totally right.
Anna, what video games have you been playing?
I played through all of the Blackwell games again before I came back to school, and then when we didn't have internet at our house for 2 days, I finished the last one, and then I went through my phone, looked through all the games that I didn't play anymore, downloaded other games that I now play constantly. One of them is a fashion game named Covet. You make outfits on the themes, and sometimes they give you guidelines that you have to follow, and for some reason I get very insulted when people don't like what I made, so that's getting intense. And I used to play it a lot last year, but I was just like, this is dumb, and then I deleted it, and now I'm back playing it again for some reason. I also downloaded Neko Atsumi, which is that cat collector that I love.
I still play that.
I've also been playing Pokemon Go a lot.
Me too.
And yes, like I can walk around. I don't do things when I'm at home, so now that I'm at school, I'm walking to classes. Even though I'm not on campus as much anymore, I still just walk around, die in the sweltering heat.
Yeah.
For Pokemon.
Actually, not gonna lie, I'm going on a Pokewalk after this with the group at my school.
Nice. I also just bought a Humble Bundle with a bunch of Sierra games. One of which was the Space Quest collection, which I already have, so it was just like, hey Cam, I got you a gift.
Yay!
But the only reason I actually bought it was so that I could get the Gabriel Knight games, which I've never played before, but I've heard a lot of good things about, so hopefully that goes well. Got a bunch of Sierra point-and-click adventure games. I'm excited. Because the games I play, you can't die most of the time. And in these ones you can, which is scary. That's what I've been doing. Oh, I remembered. Our school's homecoming theme this year is Level Up. So everyone's going to be doing something video game related. And we're not sure what we're doing. We're not making a float this year. My sorority's walking in the parade, but we're thinking maybe Sims.
Oh, that's
it's
cute.
easy and cheap.
Yeah.
build a bunch of diamonds.
Yeah, all
Or, I
those
mean,
diamonds.
a
and put
diamond
'em in
is
your
a
wood.
bunch of triangles, like, put together, so.
You are not wrong. But yeah, I'm excited to see what everyone else is going to do. I might not walk in the parade. I might just stand on the sidelines and take pictures and do an article on it.
Cool, you should do that.
I'm probably
Unless you
gonna do
wanna
that. I do not. Once was enough.
As for me, I have recently been playing Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker on the GameCube, which has been interesting. What is everybody's feelings on Wind Waker? I want to get a feel for the crowd before I start saying opinions.
I like it. I've never played it myself, but I think it's cute.
Yeah, I've also never played it myself. I think it's alright. Like, I don't hate it. I don't know. It's okay.
Stefano, are you still here, or are you
I
haven't?
love Wind Waker.
You love Wind Waker?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Did you play the GameCube
Yes.
version or the
But
Wii U version?
I have played the GameCube version. I have the Wii U version, but I
Okay.
have a whole lot of it.
So, I think I'm going to like it more now that I'm getting into more of the meat of the game, but the beginning just felt really limiting. Like, I wanted to just go explore, but, like, for the first hour or two of the game, it was like, no, don't explore. Go to this island. That's all you're allowed to do. Well, there was that at first, and then after that, you could go to other islands, but it was dark and stormy and raining, and so you couldn't see anything, so exploring wasn't fun. So you just wanted to keep doing the main stuff until you could get regular weather back.
Yeah.
And they put the beginning island, like, way too far away from all of the main stuff that you have to do. I set a course for the home island for one part for the game, went downstairs, put my laundry in the laundry thing downstairs at the bottom floor of my dorm. Did all the stuff, put the detergent in, set it, came back up, and I wasn't even halfway to my destination yet.
Oops.
Yeah, that is a definite, and in the HD version, I think the reason you can't go faster is because the GameCube isn't powerful enough.
Right.
So if you went faster, you'd fall off because it can't
Right.
load the ocean fast
I understand that. I just
the
wish...
Wii U loads the entire ocean at the whole time, so you sail at like doubles your speed or something.
Like, I get the speed. The speed isn't the issue. It's just that they put the starting island too far away, basically. Starting island needs to be closer to the other things. Because the length is just because it's on the other side of the map. And I feel like it should be more in the middle of it than the bottom left corner. But I think I'll like it more now that I'm getting more into the meat and it's letting me explore. I have gotten one full heart container from Piece of Heart side quests, so
Nice.
that's fun. And that's pretty much it, though.
Awesome.
So, unless anybody has anything else to say, I think we can wrap this up. So,
Sounds good.
thank you for listening to this 3-part edition of the GameCola podcast. I hope you enjoyed our 100th podcast celebration, and I hope you tune in next week when the Train Buddies ride again. Hopefully you'll know what that means if you've checked out our YouTube channel, gc.net, the letter G, the letter C, the word dot, the word net, for interesting videos such as recordings of our live streams, gameplay videos, and other wacky, weird, and fun stuff. You can also check us out on our actual internet website, if you're not listening to us there already, GameCola.net, gaming outside the mainstream. And you can find us on social media venues such as Facebook and Twitter. Just search GameCola and you'll find us. If you want to catch our live streams live and see Train Buddies in action, you can go to twitch.tv/GameCola. And if you would like to email us at the podcast, you can do so at podcast@gamecola.net. And every once in a while, we'll go through and read out a bunch of everyone's emails. So, thanks for listening. Please leave some feedback on how you liked the 100th episode celebration and your favorite memories from the podcast as we've grown and evolved over 6 years. Was it 2010 when the first one came out? A long time. Fallout 3 times. Because that's what's in the first podcast I remember. So thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your constant service in listening to the podcast. Oh, check us out on iTunes. I forgot that. All of them are up now. Jay, you got it fixed, so now all the podcasts are on iTunes. They're all fresh and updated. So check us out there, too. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Share it with strangers. It's your life. You live how you want. Okay. Yeah. I think that's everything. Thanks. Goodbye. Have a wonderful time of day. Goodbye.
Bye.
Happy 100th podcast. Bye.
Woo! Yay.
Bye.
Hello?
Hello. You're still here.
Okay, Stefano just cut out for me.
I think you guys were just talking at the same time.
Oh, sorry. I get very passionate about Ace Attorney.
Really? I wouldn't have guessed.
No one noticed.
You never would have guessed, I know. I'm very low-key about it, but... Hang on, wait, I gotta pull his name up on the screen again. And, okay. And... and like that.
I don't understand. Wait, what?
Wait. I forgot I have profiles. Now that I'm out of a cutscene, I can look up his whole name. Hang on, I'm typing it.
I'm probably cutting a lot of this out, but what?
You need to understand. You need to understand this.
Oh my god.
There.
Oh, no. No. Oh my gosh, that should be illegal.
But it's so good.
You can't just write whatever you want with apostrophes.
Yes, you can. When
Is
they're
that how?
Chinese, you can.
That's not how apostrophes
Ryan has an
work.
apostrophe in it. That automatically gives you leave to spell everyone's names with apostrophes.
His last name's fine, but his first name is just terrible.
Thank God I never see that name, and I had to look it up in the profiles to remember how to spell it.
That's just...
It's wrong.